Hi, everyone. My name is Devin Moore. I will be talking about Black youth and ethnic racial identity formation. Quick background, I'm a junior psychology major at the University of Maryland, and I just finished my last semester as a research assistant at the Resilient Adaptation Across Culture and Context, aka the RACE Lab. During my time here, I spent this and last semester working on my passion project. I'm excited to share with you all my latest research-based presentation on how cultural socialization, preparation for bias, mistrust messages, and egalitarian approaches shape the academic and social experiences of Black immigrant youth. These four key aspects are the key components of ethnic racial identity. This is a critical conversation. It's for educators, family members, and really anyone invested in equity and inclusion. Let me know your thoughts or share your experiences in the comments. Ethnic racial socialization and identity development in Black families. According to the Racial Ethnic Socialization and Identity Development in Black Families, the role of parent and youth reports, ethnic racial identity is when children learn about race and ethnicity as well as develop their racial identity. The researchers in this study discovered there was a significant agreement between parents and children on whether parents provided ethnic racial socialization. The messages within this literature focused on cultural pride, the positive history related to stronger racial and or ethnic identity, and spoke about parent-reported socialization messages and how they are indirectly influencing adolescent racial ethnic identity through the perspective of the young individual's understanding of the messages. Racism, racial resilience, and African American youth, the role of person centered analysis. In my second literature review article, there was research that examined how racism affects African American youth. It examines person centered analysis, also known as PCA, which is a method to comprehend how racial identity and racial socialization can lessen the negative impact of racism. It talks about different forms of racism, such as institutional, cultural, and individual racism. The authors of this research had argued that at its best, or really it is best, to use PCA as a tool to understand how racial and ethnic protective processes operate in Black or African American youth. Lastly, there was a discussion of future research directions and the potentiality of PCA to promote equality, equity, and justice for marginalized youth. Now, to better understand ethnic racial socialization, we need to understand its four key aspects. We have cultural socialization, preparation for bias, promotion of mistrust, and egalitarian. Let's start with cultural socialization. What exactly is this? Cultural socialization focuses on teaching children about their cultural heritage, traditions, history, and values, fostering a sense of ethnic pride. For example, a Black immigrant family might celebrate traditional holidays at home, while schools can support students by including diverse cultural histories in the curriculum. Both families and schools are important in helping Black immigrant youth develop a strong, positive sense of identity. And research actually shows that when schools validate these backgrounds, it could lead to greater resilience and pride in students. Now, cultural socialization, how does it happen? This process happens through intentional conversations, sharing stories, and participating in cultural events like attending a community festival or a school multicultural night. Schools, or really when schools validate students' backgrounds, it boosts pride and resilience, but if they marginalize these cultures, it can undermine identity. Cultural pride in academics. Research shows that cultural pride socialization not only builds resilience, but also supports academic achievement. For instance, Black youth who feel proud of their background are more likely to participate in class and pursue leadership roles. This intersection between cultural and academic identity helps students overcome obstacles in academic settings and fosters a sense of belonging and confidence. Preparation for bias. This involves teaching youth about racism and equipping them with strategies to handle discrimination. For example, parents might role play scenarios with their children to practice responding to unfair treatment. These conversations foster confidence and reduce self blame when bias occurs. Preparation for bias, how it helps. When parents and educators talk openly about bias, it gives youth psychological tools to manage stress and discrimination. This preparation is linked to better mental health and or academic outcomes. For example, a student who learns coping strategies at home may feel empowered to address bias at school, which contributes to their overall emotional well being and academic confidence. Promotion of mistrust. Promotion of mistrust teaches youth to be wary of other groups, sometimes as a protective mechanism. A parent might warn their child to be cautious around certain authority figures due to past discrimination. However, school policies like academic tracking or visible peer segregation can unintentionally reinforce mistrust, especially in integrated settings. Promotion of mistrust, let's talk about the findings. While mistrust messages can help Black youth protect themselves psychologically, schools should be careful not to foster division. If students only socialize with those from their own group, it can actually reinforce separation and mistrust. Instead, schools should encourage cross racial friendships and collective action against injustice. Egalitarian socialization. This emphasizes equality among all groups and values diversity. This can look like a teacher highlighting the achievements of people from various backgrounds or a family member encouraging their child to make friends across racial lines. This approach helps Black youth, especially immigrants in predominantly white institutions, develop positive intergroup attitudes and resilience and civic engagement. Now, how exactly does egalitarian socialization work? By valuing both home and dominant cultures, egalitarian messages help youth navigate different environments and strengthen their sense of belonging. Black immigrant youth in predominantly white institutions may feel more included when both their heritage and mainstream culture are respected. This leads to better psychological well being, stronger identity, and more community involvement. In conclusion, each aspect of ethnic racial socialization plays a unique role in shaping Black youth's identity and resilience. The challenge for families and schools is to support cultural pride and resilience while fostering trust, empathy, and equality among all students.